sex charges against me.
Have you ever felt like you were living the last 8 years in a story right out of The Onion?
A controversial new ad from the Trump campaign rolled out this week, depicting a montage of all the people the former president says he'll kill if he's elected in November. The largely silent commercial, which openly promises the murder of various political rivals, celebrities, and even a handful of ordinary citizens.
What do Kristi Noem, Tulsi Gabbard, Pete Hegseth, and Matt Gaetz all have in common?
President-elect Donald Trump has nominated his pick for Attorney General, and that is Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz.
Well, soon they'll all hold strategic positions in determining the fate of the world. Sleep tight.
What the hell did you just say?
Kristi Noem will be running Homeland Security.
Don't shoot a dog, okay? Really?
Tulsi will be in charge of national intelligence.
Blatant lies.
This former Fox TV hump will be Secretary of Defense.
I'm straight up just saying we should not have women in combat roles.
And Matt Gaetz will be in charge of chaperoning junior high proms. I'm kidding. It's worse.
President-elect Trump was having a little trouble making this final decision, or maybe this is the person he had in mind all along, but he has now nominated Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz as Attorney General of the United States. He just wrote this on Truth Social. Quote, Matt is a deeply gifted and tenacious attorney, trained at William & Mary College of Law, distinguished himself in Congress through his focus on achieving desperately needed reform at the Department of Justice.
Oh, and Trump left this out. If you have a 17-year-old daughter that needs a slap on the ass, he's available.
And I'll give you the truth why I'm not Speaker. It's because one person, a member of Congress, wanted me to stop an ethics complaint because he slept with a 17-year-old. An ethics complaint that started before I ever became Speaker, and that's illegal, and I'm not going to get in the middle.
Now, I don't know if Matt Gaetz had sex with minors, but his best friend and wingman, Joel Greenberg, said he did. Greenberg, who pleaded guilty in May of 2021 to charges including sex trafficking, is serving an 11-year prison sentence. He had previously cooperated with the Justice Department investigation as to whether Maddie Teenthrob here had engaged in sex trafficking of a minor, which is a federal offense that carries a minimum of 10 years in prison.
I want to know where Hunter Biden's laptop is.
I bet you want to know, Maddie, you perv. But here's the deal. Trump doesn't care what Gaetz did with a minor because, well, now Tiny Fingers has a pedo wingman.
ET discovered this footage in our archive, which we provided to CBS News.
Soon. Thursday night. You're going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years. Can you believe it?
No, the real reason Trump picked Gaetz is he wanted someone he could count on to dismiss the federal charges Trump faces for January 6th and the document cases. And since Gaetz has proven he has absolutely no integrity, Diaper Donnie knows he'll do the job.
Sex charges against me.
And if he's confirmed by the Senate, Matt Gaetz will succeed Attorney General Merrick Garland, who led the Justice Department as it carried out a sex trafficking investigation into the poster boy for the Mann Act.
Are you guys better now, or still there's no...
No, I don't hang around with pedophiles. I'm sorry.
Comparing Merrick Garland and Matt Gaetz is like the difference between a 4-star restaurant and eating sushi at a roadside truck stop.
Matt Gaetz is dangerously unqualified, but that's not the worst of it.
But Gaetz has also proven that in addition to his pedo proclivities, he's also a misogynistic dick.
Like, why is it that the women with the least likelihood of getting pregnant are the ones most worried about having abortions? Nobody wants to impregnate you if you look like a thumb. These people are odious on the inside and out. They're like 5'2", 350 pounds, and they're like, give me my abortions or I'll get up and march and protest. And I'm thinking, march? You look like you got ankles weaker than the legal reasoning behind Roe versus Wade.
Now, Democrats aren't perfect, but when it comes to dating, at least they wait for a high school diploma.
Well, don't you love me?
Matt Gaetz and his buddy Jim, I'd like you to come down to my basement and see my wrestling Matt Jordan, were the leaders in the Hunter Biden investigation, and the irony was so thick you could cut it with Melania's cheekbones.
Part of it had been plagiarized from Michelle Obama's 2008 convention speech.
The only limit to the height of your achievements is the reach of your dreams and your willingness to work hard for them.
The only limit to your achievements is the strength of your dreams and your willingness to work for them.
I mean, the entire Republican committee that tried to impeach Biden through his son's sex parties were the creepiest pervs since this.
Trump pointing out women dancing in front of them. An apparently friendly encounter with a man the president is now looking to distance himself from.
For Matt Gaetz, Dairy Queen, and Lauren, I'll reach around Boebert.
But thanks to the high-quality cameras there in that theater,
To have these Republicans in positions of influence and power is proof that Trump doesn't give a shit about the next 4 years, except for two things: make as much money as possible and stay out of jail.
I'm really rich.
Not so much anymore, fat boy, but I will say this. When it comes to graft and grift, you are, well, go ahead and say it.
I am the chosen one. Somebody had to do it.
But Matt Gaetz, like Trump, will be able to call off the dogs. He'll be able to call off the investigation into himself. And as the Attorney General, not for the American people, but for Trump, he'll also be able to begin his own campaign of revenge, because that's what this nomination is all about.
Senator, the breaking news, the pick of Congressman Matt Gaetz to be the next U.S. Attorney General, your reaction?
Well, I was walking off the Senate floor just moments ago when the news was announced. You could literally hear the jaws dropping to the floor of Republican senators who are now going to be in a position to stand up to Donald Trump in a way that they have been unwilling to. I mean, listen, Matt Gaetz is dangerously unqualified, but that's not the worst of it. Gaetz has been Trump's chief defender when it comes to Trump's assault on democracy, his attempt to overthrow the government on January 6th, and he has openly called for the abolition of law enforcement agencies if they don't get in line with conservative political priorities. This is going to be a red alert moment for American democracy. Matt Gaetz is being nominated for one reason and one reason only, because he will implement Donald Trump's transition of the Department of Justice from an agency that stands up for all of us to an agency that is simply an arm of the White House designed to persecute and prosecute Trump's political enemies. This is a stunning announcement in some ways, but not surprising in others, because Trump told us during the campaign that he was going to use the White House to go after people who politically opposed him. And it seems that this pick for the head of the Department of Justice is very much in line with the promises he made during the campaign.
Because that's what this presidency is all about. I honestly thought Trump would nominate Michael Flynn, the felon and former Trump Director of National Intelligence. Flynn wanted to steal the 2020 election, but couldn't talk Trump into shutting down voting machines. But Gaetz is just as bad and maybe worse. We haven't been attacked since 9/11, and it's not by accident. The hardworking men and women in the FBI, CIA, and a dozen other intelligence agencies have stopped attacks we'll never hear about. But as a Trump suck-up, will Gaetz honor the Constitution or Trump? Of course, we know the answer. Trump has put our government, our country, and 16-year-old girls in danger by giving this pedo perp the keys to the jailhouse. Will Gaetz arrest members of the media, the Biden family, brown U.S. citizens, and anyone who challenges Trump's authority? That's going to be on the plate, and this whole mess, including the confirmation hearings, will reveal the truth about these remaining Republicans.
A member of Congress wanted me to stop an ethics complaint because he slept with a 17-year-old.
Do Republicans want Rapey McForehead in charge of the Justice Department? And if the answer is anything but, oh, hell no, well, then we know Cheney was right.
There will come a day when Donald Trump is gone, but your dishonor will remain.
Damn right. This is not a normal election.
Whether the women like it or not.
Suck my fat one.
Who's with me?
Yes!
Tick-tock, mother. They're eating the dogs.
This isn't their Republican Party anymore.
Trust me.
Shut the fuck up, Dan.
Who's with me?
Oh, yeah, the lie.
Indictable.
Out of sheer morbid curiosity, I'm allowing this freak show to continue.
I don't want to talk about this stuff.
Am I wrong?
Yes!
Tick-tock, mother.
You're in a lot of trouble, Donnie.
I think he's crazy.
I'm Chip Franklin.